Story begins with Bruce Banner and Tony Stark walking toward a house. The house that they're walking to is actually Howard Stark. Howard Stark quickly embraces his two sons because you see, in this universe, Bruce Banner was actually adopted by Howard Stark and was raised as Tony Stark's brother. He quickly invites him to gentleman and he expresses his concern of not seeing him for so long. Eventually, the reason he called him over is because he thinks he has found one of Bruce's relatives. You see, Bruce Banner reached out to Tony Stark and Howard Stark to try to find his biological family, and Howard Stark thinks he may have done it. He has found a woman called Jennifer Walters, who shares relations to Bob Banner. She's actually Bob Banner's daughter, but it turns out Bob Banner was actually Brian Banner's brother, Bruce Banner's father, which makes Jennifer Walters and Bruce Banner cousins. I tracked her GPS location and I found her address. It's up to you now. Thanks, Father. Bruce Banner tells Howard Stark even if he does find his true father, he will always consider himself part of Howard. He will always consider Howard Stark his true father. Found information, the two leave, and eventually they get toward the place. I'll free right here, Tony Stark says. Bruce Banner immediately goes toward the place and he knocks on the door, but only to see Jennifer Walters answering immediately. Who are you? Jennifer Walters demands to know. Bruce Banner explains that he is actually her cousin. No way, Bruce Banner? Jennifer Walters says. Come in. Bruce Banner immediately steps in. Jennifer Walters explains that Bob Banner actually told her about a kid named Bruce who had died in an accident. Bruce Banner explains that he is very much alive. Jennifer Walters explains that Bruce Banner, that Brian Banner and his mom were caught in a car accident. They were both killed and Bruce Banner was the only one to survive. After this, Bruce Banner realizes that his father and mother have actually died. That explains why I was adopted. The police must have sent me to an orphanage. Bruce Banner thinks to himself, yeah, my father told me about it, but my father said he wanted to adopt you, but he was unaware of what an orphanage was. Anyway, my father passed away a long time ago, a while ago. This passed away in this year. He did? Really? Bruce Banner says, sorry for your loss. Bruce Banner says, it's okay. Jennifer Walters says, well, I just wanted to find my real family. It's nice to meet you, cousin. Jennifer Walters says, this is so weird. Man, I wish you could have met me when I was little. However, I start talking. The two are actually being modeled by General Thaddeus Ross. He's been trying to find Banner for a long time. I found them. Sir, shouldn't we be trying to stage an escape for Baron Von Schar? We can help him escape later. But now, I am in control of Hydra. If you watch the Red Hulk video, you'll be informed. Anyway, I'm setting a bunch of vehicles to that location. Eventually, Tony Stark notices that a bunch of cars are coming to the neighborhood. When suddenly those people pull out with some guns. They begin to fly at the house. The Bruce Banner follows are in. I've been waiting to test this out, Tony Stark thinks to himself, as the watch begins to form as some kind of suit of armor. The watch he's wearing, Tony Stark nicknamed the watch armor. He begins to cover his entire body in a suit. He begins to fight against all the enemies. And meanwhile, Bruce Banner and Jennifer Walters are looking outside. Well, suddenly, Jennifer Walters gets shot in the stomach. Jennifer, no! Bruce Banner thinks to himself, you shouldn't have done that, he says as his eyes begin to turn blue. And he transforms into the Hulk. He immediately escapes out, so he begins to help Iron Man fight against all of the soldiers. Okay, they don't stand a chance at this point. General Ross thinks to himself, I need to get over there. He quickly goes to the Hydra-mobile. The Edgar, let's go. You are in charge until I get back. And Armin Solo, you are second in command of Edgar, let's go. General Ross says, these are both Hydra agents. They immediately get into the Hydra-mobile and they immediately go to where Hulk and Iron Man are located. But General Ross orders that everybody else run away. Hulk smashes Little Man, but General Ross slowly begins to transform into the Red Hulk. The two begin to slug it out. Meanwhile, Tony Stark is carrying Jennifer Walters into the hospital. He immediately gets inside and lays in a hospital bed, and he immediately flies off. Wait, where are you going? No time, Iron Man says. He rockets toward the battle. Meanwhile, Lord Hulk and Hulk are continuing fighting. I need a sample, he thinks to himself. He grabs a syringe and he pokes it inside of the Hulk's stomach, taking a sample. Yes! Uh-oh, General Ross thinks to himself. He's the Blue Hulk, uppercuts him all the way in the sky. Eventually, Iron Man arrives. We gotta go after him. Iron Man says, but Hulk holds him back. No, we need to save Cousin. Hulk says, yeah, but Cousin, Hulk says as he yells out. Alright. Iron Man and Hulk again go toward the hospital, and they immediately arrive inside, and the doctors are stunned to see the Hulk in their society. Well, what do you... We are here to see Jennifer Walters, please, Iron Man says. Right this way. She's in room 205. Thank you. Iron Man and Hulk immediately get there. Is Cousin okay? It's too late for Cousin to leave Hulk, Hulk says. He slowly begins to transform back into Bruce Banner. The doctor then comes in. How bad is it? Iron Man says she's lost too much blood. I'm afraid she might need a blood transfusion. I can do it. Iron Man says, our centers have found a blood type. You're a negative. However, in this case, I happen to be positive. Bruce Banner says, and I'm our cousin, so that should work. He immediately does a blood transfusion, and the two begin to walk off. God, the two begin to leave, but Bruce Banner is thinking this is all his fault. He should have stayed out of her life. He's going to think to himself, it's not your fault, Bruce. It's Hydra's. Iron Man tells him. However, but that blood transfusion began enter her bloodstream and alter her cells in such a way, eventually, her eyes turn green, her skin turns green, and suddenly, she breaks the very bit that she is standing on, and she immediately breaks through the wall. The cops do not want to they shoot at her, but the bullets shatter upon contact with her skin. She immediately kicks the guys off. She then gets out of the building. She begins to go on a rampage. Eventually, the begin to see this. What the heck? Is that a female version of Hulk? The little thinks to himself. Oh no, I thought this might happen. Bruce Banner thinks to himself. So if you know what's going, you need to tell us. Thor says, I'll spring on away. Come on. I think I know what happened too. Tony starts thinking to himself. The Avengers then go to assemble. Meanwhile, they immediately go to where Jennifer Walters is. Jennifer, Bruce Banner says, and the She-Hulk looks at him. Everybody stand back, Bruce Banner says. The Avengers hold for the cops to stand back. I got this. Jennifer, it's me. I'm her cousin. You remember me, don't you? She just growls at him. It's me. You need to calm down. Look, I know what this is like. Believe me. But you need to... She then grabs Bruce Banner by the head and buries him into the ground. Plan B, I guess, that says they run at her. All of them yell Bruce in shock. When she then claps her hands to release a shock that knocks out Captain America, Daredevil, and Moon Knight. Then Thor then comes in. The two of them begin to fight. Because you are Bruce's relative, I will hold back. But something tells me you can take it. He begins to beat on She-Hulk, but eventually, stand down. I don't want to hurt, Thor says. But she then gets back up and punches Thor all the way back. Iron Man then comes in and she speaks. This gun should work. Iron Man thinks to himself. I designed it to go up against Thanos. This should work. He says, "Gum cannon." However, it does nothing. Nothing to She-Hulk. And she immediately grabs Iron Man and rips his helmet off. But the Hulk then comes in and throws Jennifer back. The Hulk and She-Hulk begins to slug it out, with Hulk telling She-Hulk to stop. She-Hulk has to stop. Believe me, Hulk knows what this is like. She-Hulk has to stop, Hulk says. Thor begins to come toward with his hammer and bound. I know I started to hold back, but clearly this woman can take it. He says ready to fight with full strength, but Iron Man tells him to calm down. He thinks Bruce has this one. You need to stop, Hulk says. You destroying Good City, Hulk says. She-Hulk looks around and sees the damage that she has caused. Oh my god, I didn't mean to. she thinks to herself, as all the Avengers and the cops surround her. We're taking her in. No, you're not. Hulk cousin has calmed down now. She's caused too much damage. We're taking her in. Hulk, someone, no. Don't. Tony Stark says, but they're gonna take Hulk cousin away, Hulk says. Yes, I know, Hulk, but we have to let them do it. But why? Look, I can't exactly explain it, but she's done too much damage. Don't worry, we will see her again. Promise? Promise, Iron Man says. And so, Jennifer Walters gives herself up. She transforms back into a human form. I deserve this, Jennifer Walters thinks to herself. And then she goes to be arrested. And the cops drive away as the Avengers watch speechless. Eventually, in the Avengers headquarters, Bruce Banner is shocked. This is all my fault. Bruce Banner thinks to himself, if I hadn't been in her life, this wouldn't have happened. This always happens. I didn't even know you guys are still around me anymore. It's not your fault, Bruce. I keep telling you, it's Hydra's. Zero when you started to blow with your cardiac bone transfusion, and your blood didn't go as bad as you think. You only gave her a gift, that's all. She just needs to better control it, that's all. Tony Stark thinks, no, I gave her a curse, and now she'll have to deal with the suffering that the Hulk brings. As Tony Stark says, but you'll always have me. I don't care what happens, Bruce, we will always be brothers. The two brothers embrace each other. Meanwhile, Red Hulk is swapping through the mountains when suddenly he meets Armin Zola. Zola took me a while to find this place, even in my Hulk form. He said, he transforms back into General Thunderbolt Ross. I got the blood sample, he thinks to himself. And just in case super curious as to how that pierced Hulk's sin, this is actually an adamantium needle. But anyway, he gives Aaron Ross the blood sample. With this blood sample, we will have the next court. We will have the next answer to the next super soldier. Armin Zola says, and that concludes the story. See you guys next time.